friends, welcome back to my channel, and this is Proxmox VE Complete Masterclass, and this is fourth video in this series. And in this video we are going to do a complete hands-on deep dive in creating and installing Linux virtual machine on Proxmox VE from starting to finish. So if you are new to virtualization, if you are basically building your home lab, or if you are preparing for enterprise infrastructure role, if you want to learn Proxmox specifically, this video is going to help you extremely useful how to create and install a Linux virtual machine on Proxmox infrastructure. So in previous video of this course, we already covered virtualization fundamental, Proxmox architecture, installing Proxmox VE, and doing the initial configuration and upgrade the Proxmox host to the latest version. Now, so in this video we are going to do one of the most practical tasks. So in last video we created a Windows machine and installed Windows Server 2025. So in this video I'm going to create one new virtual machine which is going to be run with the Ubuntu server. So the process is very simple: create virtual machine, select ISO, configure setting, install Linux, and verify and finish. So this is very straightforward, but we are going to do it in our lab to make sure what all things are required to create a virtual machine. So before we go there, so now basically while Linux virtual machines are everywhere, they run web server, database, monitoring tools, DNS, reverse proxy, and lot of other things. So and in modern infrastructure, Linux virtual machine are absolutely everywhere. So understanding how properly create them on Proxmox server is a foundation skill basically. But in this video we are not just going through the wizard and going to create a virtual machine. We will discuss about everything which is required to create a virtual machine. So let's get started. So this is my infrastructure which we have built throughout this course. So I got my Active Directory and DNS server, and then this is TrueNAS server. So I have installed and configured it. So we are going to discuss on this also, but our focus is going to be these three servers. So I got these three servers ready. So in last video we created this Proxmox node 1 and then created one Windows virtual machine. In this video I'm going to create a Linux machine on Proxmox 3. So let me show you. So this is the overall process. So how to create and install Linux virtual machine on Proxmox VE. So we are going to use a guest OS which is Ubuntu 26.04 server, which is the latest one, and the process is very straightforward. So log into Proxmox VE, select your node and create virtual machine. So before that we need to upload the ISO. So I have already uploaded ISO. So if you see here, I'm on my Proxmox VE 03, and this is the same configuration I have across all my these three hosts. So I got one local disk of 500 gig. On top of that I have uploaded basically one ISO image for Ubuntu server 26.04, and then the next process is going to be a create virtual machine. So I'll go ahead and try to create a virtual machine now. So let's go. So this is my host, and now I'll go ahead and create a VM, and then I'll put some name. So if you want, you can modify the let's say VM ID. So because VM ID can conflict across all your environment, so I already have a 103 here, 100. So I'll go ahead and put here 102 maybe, and then put the VM name. So I'll go ahead and put Ubuntu. So let's call it Ubuntu server 01, and then click next. And now here where is the ISO? So I need to select my ISO file. So I have already uploaded ISO, so I'll go ahead and select. If you have a physical drive, you can select that also. So here on the on the guest OS I'm going to use the default one, so that's fine. So click next. And if you want to install something else, then you need to select Windows, Solaris, on whatever, and Linux kernel you can select the required version also. So for my Ubuntu server, this is the correct supported version. So I'll go ahead and click next. And now on the system, this is very important. You need to select which version you basically what configuration you want to run. So at graphic, I'll go ahead and select basically WordGL GPU, or Volt IO GPUs. And then here I'll go ahead and I'll go ahead and select Q35, and then BIOS I'll go ahead and use UEFI BIOS, and then I'll go ahead and select UEFI storage, so I'll go ahead and use my local disk, and then this configuration is okay. Now I'll go ahead and add TPM also if you want, so I'll go ahead and add TPM. So this is the configuration for system, and then here on basically on the this ISKC control you can select anything depending on your requirement, but I'll go ahead with the default option, which is what ISKC single, and then click next. Now you need to select the basically the disk configuration. So here on bus I'll go ahead and use IO block, and then local disk, and then let me go ahead and do it with 30 gig. Rest everything is okay. I'll go ahead and click next now, and now I'll go ahead and give 2 cores, and type is okay. I'll go ahead and click next now, and memory I'll go ahead and give 4 gig. So for 96 or 98, so click next, and here I'm going to give my network adapter, which is dedicated for VM traffic. So I'll go ahead and use VMBR3, and that's okay. Click next, and this is going to be my complete virtual machine configuration. So I'll go ahead and click on start after created, so click on finish. Now you can see this virtual machine is creation task is done. Now it's starting the virtual machine, so I'll go ahead and connect the console now. So let me see. Go ahead and click try to install Ubuntu server. So the installation is running, you can see now. So I'll go ahead and select English, and then done, and then you can choose what you want to install. So I'm okay with a Ubuntu server, so just click done, and then you basically need to specify if you want to use any specific configuration. So I'll go ahead and edit the IP address v4 configuration, so I'll change it to manual, and here on subnet I'll go ahead and use 192.0.0/24 and 192.168.0. Let me see the free IP address, so I can use maybe 61 for Linux machines. So I'll go ahead and use 61, and then gateway 192.168.0.1, and then name server, IP address of my Active Directory domain server, which is my primary DNS server, and that's okay. I'll click on save, and now it has applied the changes. Now you can see the configuration is applied. So I'll go ahead, if you want you can go ahead and basically disable the IPv6 also. So I'll go ahead and try to disable the IPv6 since I'm not using in my lab environment. So now everything looks good. Now I'll go ahead and click done, and proxy server I don't want to specify, and here this is looking for basically location for the Ubuntu archiver mirror configuration. So I'll go ahead and click done, and now this is giving the disk information basically. So I'm going to use the 30 gig storage disk, so that's fine. I'll go ahead and click done. So now it will go ahead and create this basically partition on my volume, so I'm okay with this. I'll go ahead and click done here also. So just go ahead and click done. So now it's asking data will be destroyed, so okay. now I'll put my name. So let's say your name Vikas, your server name. So I'll go ahead and put Ubuntu server 01, and then I'll go ahead and select my username, so Vikas, and password for my this account. So now everything good. So I'll go ahead and upgrade Ubuntu Pro. So I'll skip for now, click OK, and now I'll go ahead and install OpenSSH also. So click yes. I'll leave everything here, so click done, and now you can see it is going to basically start the installation, actual installation, and it will install the Ubuntu server with the configuration which we have just specified. So I'll go ahead and stop the recording here, so because this installation is going to take some time. Once the installation is done, we will resume from there and we will do our validation also. So now you can see the installation completed. I'll go ahead and reboot now. So this will reboot the server, and now if I go to summary, basically you should be able to see the IP address and other configuration details. So let's wait for server to get reboot. So now also I'll go ahead and remove my CD drive. So go and click yes, and now it will get removed on the next reboot. So now hit enter. Now if I go to hardware again, you can see the ISO is still mounted, but it will get removed post the reboot. So now you can see it's booting the operating system. So you can see here. So now boot is completed. Now if I go and verify the basically access, let's try to access this host from SSH. So I'll put SSH, my username and IP address for this newly installed Ubuntu server, and then it's asking for password. This is good. So you can see here I'm able to log into the server Ubuntu server 01, and let's try IP address, and you should be able to see this is the same IP address which we have just configured. So this is how you can basically install and configure your first Linux server on Proxmox. So thank you for watching. Please subscribe me for more videos, and if you have any query, any question related to this, you can always post to my given mail IDs. Thank you once again. Bye bye.